fellow carbon-based bipeds. I am Scott Rose, and you are watching Explosions and Stuff. Today, I'll be reviewing the 1993 film Enemy Gold, starring Bruce Penhall, Mark Barrier, Susie Simpson, and Rodrigo Obregon. But first, a word from our sponsors. An overview of the movie? After shutting down the operation of a drug kingpin without the proper paperwork, 3 federal agents are suspended by the corrupt boss who's helping the kingpin stay in business. The 3 agents decide to lay low while the investigation blows over and accidentally stumble on some lost Civil War gold while camping in the woods. The drug kingpin decides to not only kill the 3 agents, but take the gold for himself. The pros of this movie? Well, first of all, let's kick it off with the fact that this movie has all new characters. None of the other characters from the other movies in the series before this one are in this movie. It's all original, all new characters. Yes, some of the actors are taking up new roles in these movies, but they're still playing different characters. I attribute that to the fact that Andy Sidaris didn't write or direct this movie. He produced it, but it was written and directed by his son. So Andy Sidaris had little to no control over this movie. It was all his son, and so it was new characters, it was new stories, it was all new. Yes, it had some of the same actors, but it was still new. Also, this movie knew exactly what it was. It knew it was a Girls with Guns movie. It's banking on the fact that it's going to have attractive women in minimal clothing shooting guns and blowing stuff up. It's a direct-to-video movie. It knew that the acting isn't going to be top tier, so they wanted to focus on having attractive cast members instead of necessarily having the best actors they could get. The acting was still decent for what it was, but it was still, they focused on the attractiveness of the cast. And that kind of ties into the next one. The eye candy in this movie was spectacular. Let's be honest, Susie Simpson is hot. No denying that. She just is. And they really did a great job with their focus on her. And, they also had Julie Strain in this movie. She was one of the bad guys, and they did a great job with her, too. The eye candy in this movie was just spectacular. The cons of this movie? Okay, let's be honest. The acting and the dialogue in this movie were not spectacular. And this is a complaint I have about just about every movie in this franchise. Every movie in the Lethal Agent, whatever, Lethal 80s franchise, I have this complaint. The acting is on the same tier as what you would get in a soap opera, because they focused on having attractive actors instead of necessarily having talented ones. And the dialogue in this movie, they're explaining the plot. They do that again in this one. They tell the audience what's going on, but they don't want to break the fourth wall, so instead they just tell it all to one of the co-stars, one of the other characters in the movie, who should already know what's going on. They should already know this information, but they have to tell it to the audience, so they just have the guy explain it to the other cast member, to the other character. I get it, dialogue is cheap. You're already having this guy say something and say other stuff, so just have him explain the plot a little bit more. It doesn't cost you any money, but shooting a scene showing the plot would cost money. I get it, it's a low-budget trick, but it's still poor dialogue. Also, there were just little tiny things in this movie that threw me off. It's just like, no, that's not real, that wouldn't happen. That just really took me out of the movie. Prime example. When Susie Simpson's character is first introduced, she shows up to this secret agency place where the other 2 agents are hiding out and where they're undercover and stuff. and they didn't know she was coming at all. She's like, I gotta go get change, and walks into the bathroom. Well, she didn't bring a duffel bag or anything into the bathroom with her, but when it cuts to her in the bathroom, you see she's got her change of clothes hanging up. They were already there before she got there. That shouldn't have happened. They didn't know she was coming. There was no way for her to have those clothes there. Little things like that really took me out of the movie. My biggest complaint in this movie, okay, this is a Girls with Guns movie. They didn't have enough girls in it. Oh, I mean, yes, I understand. The eye candy they did have was spectacular. But they only had 3 women in the entire cast. 2 of them were supporting characters. 1 of them was barely on screen. You need more women in an eye candy movie. Your target audience is guys, and it's an eye candy movie. You're banking on eye candy in a movie targeted towards guys. So you need to have your lead cast be predominantly attractive women in a Girls with Guns movie. You need to do that. Otherwise, it's like, why do I want to see this beefcake dude? I don't care about him. Show me the hot chick. That's what I want to see. But even still, the main characters of this movie were basically the 2 main secret agent dudes. I don't want to see them in a Girls with Guns movie. I don't want to see them as eye candy. I want to see the chicks. My overall thoughts on the movie? This is one of those movies that makes me consider changing my rating system. Really, it should fall somewhere between the Zangief and 1 thumb up, but I just don't have a rating there. So I'm going to round down and give it the Zangief. The biggest issue with this movie is that it's a Girls with Guns movie with hardly any girls. I'll cut it some slack though, because it was a first-time writer and a first-time director. If nothing else, Enemy Gold is worth checking out at least 1 time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel for new action movie reviews posted every week and top 10 lists posted on the 10th of every month. Also, if you have any recommendations for things you would like me to cover in the future, please leave them in the comments below and follow us on Twitter at explosions_TV. Thank you and have a nice day.